Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Christopher.
And today we'll be talking about Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 27.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Did y'all have a good week this week? I had a good week because my week ends with y'all.
Yes.
All right. Of course, that's a lie, but it doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. Listen here, man. I know a lot of y'all watch this show. Y'all need to watch this review, man. Because y'all told us to watch the show. So I need y'all comments.
It's very entertaining.
I just don't want to watch it with Blair. I want to watch it with y'all, too.
Okay.
So I need to know what y'all saying. Don't keep the comments to yourself. Just don't like the video and be like, oh, yeah, it's a good review. Let me know what y'all think. Let Blair know what y'all think. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we just can't be talking about Ayonna to ourselves.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You got to weigh in.
Exactly. Please. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Let's run right into it.
So we start with Ayonna.
Of course.
It is the day of Ayonna sentencing. So Jamal calls her. She is not ready for this court hearing. She's still thinking about this 2 years that he sprung on her that he wanted to wait before he got married. Now he's putting a little spin on it to say, you know, I want to give you the wedding you deserve. Like, I was talking from a financial standpoint. He said he's not trying to marry her to prove to other people he loves her. Like, he really wants to give her what she deserves.
You know what's funny? When you give a liar time, boy.
He said he had some time to think.
Oh, no, he meant what he said the first time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, she says no more secret wives either. And he apologizes about it, but it was over a decade ago. So she is getting herself together and putting the clothes on the baby, trying to get the baby some food. And she is turning on her Zoom in order to be in court. Now, she is basically trying to feed her daughter, wrangle her daughter while she's on the Zoom call.
Yeah.
We don't get to see the Zoom call, but as we fast forward after the conversation with the judge, she said the judge was rude.
The judge is rude.
Yes.
Okay.
So apparently the judge told her that she couldn't feed her daughter. And Ayonna got, I think she got 15 days in jail. And the judge was talking about giving her like 4 years of probation.
Yeah.
Well, Jamal calls and he tells her at the end of the day, it's not about you. You know, the judge, these people, they can talk to us any kind of way they want to, but we have to bite our tongues. And that was pretty much the end of Ayonna throughout the episode. I mean, what did you think about the sentencing, how she conducted herself during the court session, all of that?
The 4-year probation is you're going to end up in jail. They gave you that probation because hoping that you would, you know, turn over a new leaf, stop finding yourself in these situations. But I don't think you can help that. So I think in some way, based on how she's not focused on the things at hand, she's going to violate her probation, right? She showed the characteristics. Let me show you how she showed the characteristics. Something as simple as, you know, you have a court meeting on Zoom. Why didn't you feed your child before?
Right.
At first, actually, I saw you laying on the couch, that same couch, your mama's couch, after you got done clapping your booty up in your mama's bathroom. You laying on that couch talking to Jamal. You should have been using that time to be feeding your daughter.
Right. So she could be situated.
So you can be focused on your future. But instead, you're focused on, so what about this 2-year thing? You worried about the wrong thing, sister miss.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And the thing about that is, guess what? You got no choice but to focus on you now. And that means the judge rather go sit you down at home and go sit you down in jail, or you going to have to check in with somebody for 4 years. Because it just shows. So the problem with Ayonna, which is kind of disgusting to watch, I don't like watching adults act like kids.
Yeah.
Is one of my pet peeves. She's always the victim. People always wronged her. She taking the mic off, throwing it down. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, Jamal over there is telling you how to act while he's behind bars, saying you got to bite your tongue. You always think things are about you. So, yeah, Ayonna, I think you are in timeout, and you will be basically on a 4-year check-in.
Yeah.
You know?
And I definitely was just surprised just when I saw her signing in for the Zoom call. I was like, she's wearing the Zoom call wearing that?
Exactly.
She ain't sitting down or nothing?
Not even a shirt?
Like, and she was over here wrangling her daughter. I was just like, what is going on? So I wasn't surprised that the judge pretty much was trying to throw the book at her, because it's like, you're not even taking this seriously.
And
so,
truth be told, the judge even throw the book at her for real.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Well, that's all I got to say about Ayonna.
Yeah. Godspeed to you, Ayonna.
Yeah. Well, Andrew waiting outside the courthouse, waiting for Candice to come out. She finally comes out. They hug and kiss. They're both super excited.
Okay.
So Candice who is 29, said she was reckless, started to get into trouble when she was 19. Mm-hmm. So since 19 to 29, she spent about 6 years in jail.
Yeah.
And she's gotten in trouble for burglary, stealing cars, speed racing, just a laundry list of things. Mm-hmm. Well, he proposes to her. Mm-hmm. She says yes.
Of course she did.
He says that, she said that he's not the typical guy that she would go for, but he's nice to her. He's paying for things. Like she's essentially happy with him.
Okay.
So the situation is that she can't go to the apartment. She has to check into a halfway house, and she has to finish their program, which is a 30-day program. Okay. Originally, she said that she only signed up for 14 days, but the way they spoke to her, they were saying, you have a drug habit and all this type of stuff. Like, we need you to do the full program. Yeah. If she doesn't do the full program, then she will be back in jail. So that apartment he got is going to be sitting empty for a month.
At least a month.
Yeah. So he presents her with her presents, with the Louis Vuitton purse, and she is super excited about the car, the phone. She sits on a flatbed of the truck, and she's just like, yes, like I got everything I need.
Of course.
She is feeling a little overwhelmed. I mean, he's hugging her, kissing her, touching on her, and he tells her, if you just need a minute, you just let me know. Candice says she loves Andrew, but she is just not used to affection, and it's very awkward for her. She knows she needs to get over her traumas to be in this relationship.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts.
Question. Before you go into your thoughts on the scene, what is your first thoughts when you saw Candice?
My first thoughts when I saw Candice was that I'm trying to be nice.
No. Go ahead. Listen, I know what questions to get. What was your first thoughts?
I just thought she looked really regular. Okay. And I mean that in the sense that the girl just got out of jail. Okay. I don't know if she was able to shower. I mean, she didn't have time to do her girly thing. So, I mean, I get it. She's getting out of prison. Hey, but I thought that for him doing all this, like it would be a sight to see. And it was just like hello, Candice.
Hey, I'm sorry for trying to set you up. Okay. Now, what did you think about the scene overall?
Overall, I thought it was embarrassing. I was like, Andrew, you really getting on one knee on the concrete ground outside of the jailhouse. Yeah. I was just like, talk about down bad. Ooh, talk about down bad. So I was just like, oh, Andrew looks crazy. But I mean, like you always tell me, I can't feel bad for Andrew.
No.
So,
Thank you.
So this is Andrew's choice. This is Andrew's decision, and I have to respect it as he's a grown man. But it is talk about a sight to see. That is a sight to see. Ugh.
Oh man. So my first thought of Candice was, that literally was it.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the pictures. I'm just like, I guess maybe I got to see you in regular clothes. Maybe. Number two, I found it kind of funny. That she was like, stop kissing up on me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's really awkward for her or it supports what she said. Like, Andrew's not really the type of guy that I go for. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, you're just a sucker, man. And you're about to get licked. You're about to be broke. I just thought it was a lot. If she loved you, I would think that you would be enough. Yeah. Right? I understood. She gave us, she told us some things in the sense of when he first started talking to her and things like that. She didn't have a pillow. She didn't have anything in prison. That kind of gives you some type of insight. If you don't know nobody on the outside, no one will help you. Yeah. So she was basically living poor in prison. So it kind of leads me to think like, Andrew, you put yourself in a dangerous position that she needs you, so it serves her to be nice to you. Yeah. It serves her to say, I love you. It serves her to basically buy into this relationship. I don't know how it serves you. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I really don't. Something as, this is, even though it's small, it matters to me. Even when he gave her the purse, he was like, I'm sorry I broke your zipper. I didn't really mean to break the zipper. Bro, that's one bag out of everything you got for her. Yeah. It's a zipper. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like Blair said, we don't feel sorry for you. But, Godspeed to you too. You know what I mean?
Well, moving on to Tennie and Rob. So Tennie is talking to the kids about their daddy. in quotations.
Yeah. Please put that in quotations, just in case this is your first time watching.
Yeah.
These are not his kids.
Right.
These are not his kids.
He tells, she tells them that he won't be coming home until 2 months later than they hoped. So he won't be there for the daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
Tennie tells him that it was a little upsetting at first, but she does think it's the best decision for their family. He won't have to report in when he comes out. And, when he gets out, they can go on their trips and vacations like they had planned.
Yeah.
The daughter tells her mom it's okay. Like, we just need to be patient. And the son says, it's been 5 years. We can wait 2 more months. The son is talking about, well, you know what? I got more time to work out, so I can beat him up if I need to.
Okay.
And then the mom is talking to her daughter and telling her, like, we're going to have some girl time. Like,
her mother showed up.
No. This is Tennie talking to her daughter.
Oh, the daughter. Okay.
Yeah, and she's saying, we're going to have our girl time, and we are going to still get together, and he's not going to take up the time that we spend with each other. And the daughter tells her, we're going to have a little bit of time to adjust, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Here's my problem with this, right? I only have a small problem with this. I don't like how transparent she is with her kids about this man.
Yeah.
Because it comes off as if she's talking to an equal. You get what I'm saying? And she's putting her kids or expecting her kids to basically give input to this situation that you inputted them in.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so this whole thing of like your daddy not coming home and things like that, and he gonna miss your birthday, and first of all, these are not this man's kids, number one. And number two, you over there talking to your daughter like, we still gonna have our time together, and the daughter over there as I don't even like to use the word mature for little kids because that's just another word that's like weird for me.
Okay.
At her small age, she's over there saying like, you gotta have patience. And I'm like, all of this is just weird. And just like, you should be focusing on spelling bees, school. You get what I'm saying? The boy should be going to basketball practice, sports, and things like that. Not something as how y'all family go look different once he comes out of prison. That is a situation you put them in. And I think for you to include your kids in the meeting of the minds is kind of strange to me. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe in some other families they are very transparent and things like that, and it works for them. But maybe it's just weird to me because this man been in prison.
Yeah.
And you forcing them to basically grow up faster than they have to, in my opinion.
Well, I do want to say one thing, like, as we see further in the episode, like, she does make a comment of, like, go ahead and help the boy get his clothes together because he has, like, basketball practice. Yeah. So I do see that she has the kids involved in kid things, which is a good thing because that's something that I talked about before. Like, is she focused on them at all? And it sounds like she is. And I do see the maturity in her children, but it also scares me because I'm like, are they being responsible for their mother's emotions?
Yes.
Like, how much is she putting on them to the point to where they feel like they have to be these strong children so that way they can support their mom when it's just like, that's not their role. And I appreciate how kind and loving and caring they were to her, but it also makes me feel like they're not being able to stay in a child's place. No. Like, they're having to think and carry on these adult conversations, and I don't think it's fair to them.
Let's flip it. You only using your children as emotional support because they agree with what you're saying. What if they was to say the opposite? Now it's stay in a child's place? No, you put me in this place.
Right.
It was all key when we was talking and things like that when I was agreeing with you. But if I'm the daughter and I'm like, you shouldn't be talking to him, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden it's none of my business. I should stay in a child's place. Well, don't put me in that position.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You're right.
So later on, Tennie's mom comes over.
Yeah.
They're going to do some shopping.
Yeah.
She tells her mom she can leave her purse at the house because they're going to spend Rob's money.
Okay.
So Rob, we see a clip of him, and he's basically talking about all his sources of revenue, the poker table, outside businesses, and all that type of stuff. But he does feel like Tennie is getting spoiled, and he doesn't know if that's going to be a good thing for their relationship.
Yeah.
And she even says her addiction of choice is shopping.
Okay.
Mom asked how the kids feel about him coming into the house. And the daughter's concern is if they'd still have girl time. And mom is also concerned about that too. She's used to Tennie and the children, her grandchildren, and nobody else. Her mom thinks that Tennie is naive. And she says the cameras around the house, like, this is not normal. It's going to be a big adjustment, and mom starts crying. She feels that she could have done better with Tennie, but I could tell that the mom, it seems like she did her best with raising her daughter.
Of course.
But when Rob gets home, things are really going to change.
Yeah.
And she doesn't think that Tennie's prepared for that.
Of course not.
Rob wants a woman who is submissive. Sometimes he doesn't really get that from Tennie. She won't just sit down and be cute and be quiet. She wants to say that she has an equal voice in a relationship. And he thinks that could be a possible negative point in the relationship that could break them up possibly. So to me, it sounds like Rob is looking for all possible excuses of things he can use to break up with her when he gets out. Because if he's married to this lady, you got cameras in her house, the kids calling you daddy, and I can see that there are things that you probably don't like about the relationship. But before these things to be things that could be relationship ending, I'm just like, but y'all are married, like y'all can't like work through them or like communicate. You know, it just seems like he just kind of jumped to this could definitely end us. So
yeah, my problem with Tennie, my question with Tennie is, do you support yourself? If Rob was to take away his financial support, can you continue the lifestyle you have? Can you keep that house, that car, those functions that the kids do, basketball, whatever the kids do? Tennie, you just come off as if like a spoiled brat in some ways. In this scene, you said basically Rob made me mad, so he made me mad. I'm going to spend his money. What? The money that he's basically risking his life potentially in prison for? If he's making his money fair, let's just go with that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Tennie is blind. I think she thinks that Rob was wrong for his prison sentence, which he possibly could be. It's his first offense, and he didn't kill nobody. I think it was theft, and he got over 16 years, So I think there is something to Tennie that is naive about the whole relationship, about everything. You get what I'm saying? So it's weird to me.
So moving on to Rick and Samantha.
Yeah.
So Rick visits his nieces and they are sitting down to eat and just kind of catch up with each other. Sandy is, the niece asks him how the high school reunion went, and he is going to show her the pictures, and Sandy ends up texting him while he's trying to show the pictures.
Yeah.
So Sandy said, I haven't talked to you since the reunion, and she's the one who sent a lot of pictures from the reunion. Well, Samantha ends up calling, and he tells her, look, I talked to everyone. They know that we're engaged.
Yeah.
Samantha wants Rick to see her in December over the holidays.
Yeah.
He doesn't know if he can make it out there. Just financially, it's pretty tight. He's on a pension, and he also, I think he said his ex-wife gets a portion of his pension for the rest of her life. So he is really like on a tight income at this point.
Yeah.
She says that she's not going to take no for an answer. She says she also can't go without her coffee, body wash, lotion, all this type of stuff. So I think that he's maybe dropping the ball a little bit when it comes to getting her the money that she needs.
Yeah.
Well, the niece, who is also the corrections officer, is basically like, this lady is in jail. How is she going to be judging him for his finances when she is in the position she's in? And she makes a joke like maybe she's bummed because she thought she caught a sugar daddy and she didn't.
And my niece is laughing at me at the table.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't understand. Rick is his name?
Yeah.
I don't understand Rick's motive. Because I'm like, if you're in a situation to where your wife gets the pension for the rest of your ex-wife gets a piece of your pension. First of all, I would have done everything in my power to make it right with my ex-wife. Right? And number two, why do you propose to this girl then? Why are you in this situation where you're with, if you can't even visit for the holidays?
Yeah.
Right? It kind of makes me think, is that an excuse? Or if it's not an excuse, and if things are really tight, why would you propose or even date someone out the state at that?
Yeah, good question.
It makes no sense to me. You have no plan to basically bring y'all together. And it makes no sense to me of why you got yourself in this situation. What are your thoughts, Blair?
No, I thought the same thing. Especially if I'm just like, so you're just like waiting for her to get out. I can understand. It seems like he really does love and care for her, but it doesn't seem like he has the means or the way to actually like foster the relationship in person.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what Rick's plan is with this other than waiting until she gets out. But Samantha needs more than that. And I don't think he can provide it.
Coffee, lotion, body wash. You heard it.
Yes. Well, Rick is out. He's playing pickleball with one of his friends. Samantha calls. The one thing that kind of annoys me, and I understand the people in jail that they got all the time on their hands, but I'm like, Rick is trying to live his life a little bit. You know what I mean? Why do you keep calling?
Because she's on the inside. Stop it.
Like, geez, you can't wait till 6 o'clock when I'm home and I've done everything I need to do during the day. Like, and then the people who are around, like his nieces, okay, well, I guess we talking to Samantha now.
Yes, we are.
So anyway, that's just a little thing of mine. I'm just like, y'all just be calling it whenever.
Well, put it like this. I hope I never go to jail.
Yeah.
Because Blake will be like, what, Chris? Okay.
Like I told you, I was going to go out to eat with my mom.
I get an hour to call somebody, okay? And I chose you, okay? Dang. Go ahead.
Well, Samantha calls Rick while he's on his way to pickleball. He says that he still has to figure out the money situation. Samantha thinks that he's backpedaling and maybe he wants to be a bachelor and doesn't want to get married at all.
Maybe.
And he assures her that he really does want to get married. It's hard for her not knowing when they'll be together. And basically, he just wants to wait a few months, until she gets out and then they can have their relationship in person.
Okay.
So he's fine with waiting and doing long distance while she's in jail. So he plays pickleball with his friend. His friend can tell that he doesn't seem to be all right. His friend was into the pickleball. He was the trash talking and all that type of stuff. I was just like, Rick, get on your game. I mean, you are about to lose to this man. So anyway, so he fills the friend in on the situation with Samantha. But ultimately, Rick wants to be and marry with Samantha.
Do you think he really wants to marry Samantha?
I think he does.
I don't think so.
I could see it emotionally in his face. It seems like he really cares for her.
Well, you could care for somebody, but look at the situation you put yourself in. You already in a bad situation to where your wife gets part of your pension. Yeah. So I'm like, why would you even... You got Sandy right down the street, brother. You get what I'm saying? So I really don't get it. I don't get what she offers you. Maybe it's the savior complex where you want to save somebody, but you ain't even got the money to save this person. Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah. Well, we go on to Joey. He is meeting up with one of his friends, Minerva, who is part of the LGBTQIA community. Yeah. And she also writes a sex column. Okay. So Joey basically wants to pick her brain about sex topics, getting more comfortable with that. Joey thinks Michael wants him to get out of his safe zone sexually. So he fills Minerva in on the fact that he's dating someone in prison. They've tried to dirty talk, but Joey's parents are in the other room.
Start right there. That's the important part right there I want to point out. Joey, you worried about talking dirty. You live with your mama. Yeah. You live with your daddy. You are literally a weekend or a bad day of relapsing yourself, as we learned episodes ago. But you are still figuring out ways to serve Michael, who's in prison. Yeah, you're weird, and you're selfish. But continue.
Yeah. Well, Minerva understands that there are these barriers that are making it difficult. And also that the phone call is probably being recorded.
It is.
But it was interesting to me that she said that and Joey didn't say that. Because I'm just like, so Joey's only concerned about his parents, not the fact that they recording these conversations. That to me, I'm just like more things of him just like not paying attention to what matters. So she says, first talk dirty by yourself, try repeating it out loud and just kind of see how it feels. So, and also apparently Joey isn't very good at fellatio. So Minerva gives him instructions on what to do. And Minerva thinks that Michael just kind of needs to grow up. And Joey confirms that Michael is pretty much like 25 years old mentally.
So basically, Joey basically went to this person and say, I'm not good at being gay. That's basically what he's saying. And I'm like, that could be an issue to the side. Yeah. But your issue, sir, brother man, from another man, is that you are in your father's house for over a decade now. Yeah. And I don't care about the phone being recorded. All phone calls are recorded and things like that. The fact that you're like, I don't want my mother and daddy to hear. You're a grown man.
Yeah.
Who made his own choice. You are who you are sexually, career-wise, all these other things. So the fact that that's even on the table of my mom and dad is in the other room, I think you're focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah, you need to be focused on getting out of the house, making sure that you're stable, all these different things. So that way you can live your life out the way that you want to.
Yes.
And don't have the boundaries of being concerned about your parents being in the other room.
Yes.
And maybe getting somebody who's not in jail. So
get out the mom and daddy's house.
Yeah.
And also, based on what Michael told us personally, he ain't getting out anytime soon. So these tricks and things like that you like, I'm not good at this. I don't think you need to be good at it right now. Right. Michael will be in there for a while.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, later on in the day or the next day, he does a video call with Michael. Yeah. He actually booked a hotel room so that way they could have some sexy time. Michael says that a mutual friend saw Joey pop up on a hookup app.
Yeah.
Joey says that it's really not a thought in his mind to hook up with anybody else. And Michael says to him, don't do anything. Like we said, we weren't going to. And he says he's not doing anything. So let's just make sure we lay that to rest.
Yeah.
And Joey was like, I was trolling your site anyway. I guess he was on there trying to see if Michael had been doing stuff. But Joey also tells us that he was looking for pictures and stuff like that on Michael's website.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what happened with them.
What are your thoughts on that scene?
My thoughts on that scene, like, Joey, like, how long do you expect to continue this? Like, now you're renting hotel rooms. That's more money that's going out of your pocket that you could possibly be putting towards getting a place of your own, and also the money that you're putting on Michael's books. It just seems like your focus is just off. It's just off.
You're a grown kid. That's basically what you are, with too much freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm positive your parents don't charge you rent and things like that because they're nice. But this just shows that your head is elsewhere, and you're basically in prison with Michael. As a free man, you don't even know you're free.
Yeah.
So that's all I had to say about that. Is that all the people we went over?
Yes.
Listen here, I want y'all to subscribe, share. What do y'all think about this episode? Overall, what do you think about this episode, Blair?
I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, it was a pretty chill episode, but it's still a lot that happens, and everybody is just crazy. I don't know what to say.
Listen here.
It's crazy. Craziness.
I can't wait. We did not see them this episode, but I think her name is Shantae and True.
Yeah, we didn't see them.
I want to see them next episode to see where they at. Ayonna, I want to see how you doing because you are, unfortunately, the reason why I watched the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love to see Ayonna Mama again because she is funny to me. But yeah, man, all of y'all, Godspeed to y'all.
Yes.
Okay, y'all need it. Anything else?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.